Now we've inserted a ground fault into our array. So again, we're in a controlled environment here in the solar lab facility at Fluke Park at our headquarters. Um, we've inserted the ground fault into one of the strings. We're going to use analyze mode on all 3 strings and see the results. And then we'll see if we can isolate the individual string and rerun that analyze mode. In order for analyze mode to accurately tell you where in the string the fault could be, it needs to know the module number. There's a couple ways to do that. I can enter that before I run analyze mode by going to setup and then module number and entering the module number there. Or after I run analyze mode, I can hit the info button. It will prompt me to add the module number as well. So you can do it either way. If I hit test now, it's going to run analyze function. It's going to see that there's a ground fault. So what it's done is it's measured the open circuit voltage between the positive and negative bus bars. And in this case, we've got all 3 strings present in this test. It's showing that there's a fault with resistance less than 5 kilo ohms. And that's a hard fault. Which of course we inserted a hard fault, so that makes sense. I've got 803 volts positive to earth, 300 volts from negative to earth. Now, if I hit info, it's going to say no module numbers set up. Hit setup to enter that. It goes to module number. I hit enter, and I can put the number of modules in using the up and down arrows, which are also test and mode button. So I have 22 modules. So I'm going to add that in here. I can use the trace button to move to the right and add 2 modules there. And then I hit the enter button to go back to the screen, and then the exit button to go back there. Now it's telling me that from the positive side, I have a ground fault between modules 16 and 18, somewhere in there. So it's going to be between those modules 16, 17, 18, somewhere in that area. The GFL-1500 uses voltage and module count to calculate the location of the fault. Depending on how accurate the voltage is, it may give you between 16 and 17, or it may give a little longer range. It's not a precise measurement based on environmental conditions, irradiance, temperature. So we want to make sure that you know the approximate location where it could be. In this system, we know that we introduced the fault between modules 16 and 17. So we know that's an accurate reading, but it could be between modules 17 or 18 based on the voltage that the GFL-1500 calculated with the module count. What I'll do now is I'll move to fault mode and use the current clamp or the receiver to trace down exactly where that is. I'm going to hit the info button to go back to the main screen there. I've got 803 volts positive to earth, 300 negative to earth. I'm going to inject on the positive side because that's the side that has the higher voltage. So when I move to fault mode, I'm going to move to the positive to ground fault feature.